the heat a moment ago. They were in a frenzy as their team emerged from the tunnel. And the Cardinals, they're set to do battle with the Minnesota Vikings. The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And they go play action here. Mon. And his throw is incomplete. This defense for the Cards, terrific last week in the season opening victory.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
2nd and 10. Mon looks to throw. Open here, Adam Thielen. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Defense had a chance to get off the field here in the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
Mon's throw complete there to Smith. They find some open field here. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A big play that time on the catch and run.
Things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us or their game plan today, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
8 yards to go on 2nd down. Off the play fake, Mon. And this ball is caught by Irv Smith. Touchdown, Vikings. Irv Smith Jr., his first touchdown of the new season. And the Vikings take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Extra point by McCann, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. McCann's got it teed up. And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. Now the first carry for Chase Edmonds. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
On 2nd and 9. Murray. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down.
Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. And he'll get this back down to about the 12-yard line. Well, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes just fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes, those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Mond. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. A good display of power, but it will only get him just inside the 5 to the 4. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Mond out of the shotgun. And it'll be intercepted. Jalen Thompson picks it, and the Cardinals are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line. You got tight. You got tight. You got tight right there.
They fake the handoff. Now Murray. That one tipped, and it's incomplete. Well, good hands there defensively at 2nd down.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that at just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. And, Charles, this defense, they know that they've got their work cut out for them. Here's a quarterback coming off a game in which he threw 4 touchdowns. And they've watched the tape all week. They've seen it. But what can they do differently?
I think they've got to approach it like a pitcher facing a really hot batter. Get him uncomfortable in the box. Change speeds, change locations, change the pitches you throw at him. So show different coverages. Blitz sometimes, drop back other times. Just don't let him get comfortable or let him get into rhythm.
And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 32-yard line.
First down, Cardinals after the catch there by DeAndre Hopkins. Remember, he spent 7 seasons at Houston, now in his 2nd year with Arizona, and went over 10,000 yards receiving for his career last year. Another big season, also tied his career high with 115 catches, none bigger than the Hail Murray against the Buffalo Bills.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Murray looking left side. That's caught by Moore. Touchdown! Rondale Moore with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Cardinals are just an extra point away from tying this game. Extra point good by Prater. And we are tied here in the second quarter. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, here's Mond. And he'll find Thielen on the right side. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big play there on the catch and run.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 36. Mond now off of play action. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that is incomplete.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board. Here's 2nd and 10. Back to the air, Mond. And he's got this to Jefferson. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. So, Charles, this game number 2 in the NFL career, this rookie quarterback, his guys took the loss in the opener. And when asked after that game by reporters how he did, he was pretty curt. He said, not well. What did you see?
Well, first and foremost, I loved his answer to the media because he was being honest. And those veterans in the locker room, they're looking at him to see how he's going to handle things, and they like the fact that he's not blaming other people because I thought he struggled. The only thing that's going to help him, though, reps. No matter how many big games you played in college, how well you do in practice, the reps in the real games, that's when you begin to grow as a quarterback.
But that was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass.
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Kellen Mond with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Vikings have taken the lead. Extra point by McCann, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. McCann's got it teed up. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah,
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
First down, Murray. Going deep for Hopkins. A fight for it, and this is caught. It's caught indeed. A huge play there for Arizona. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other, and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. Again, they'll throw with Murray. Escaping the pressure right. Open man Green. He's got it. Touchdown, Arizona. 10 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Cardinals are just an extra point away from tying this game. Prater for the extra point. And we are tied here in the second quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Taken at the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop. And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. A reminder coming up at halftime. We'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his second week of the regular season. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Here's Mon. And he's just going to get rid of this thing to no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Mon. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that's caught inside the 30. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A big connection on that one. 37 yards. On first down. Here's Mon. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson there to make the grab. And the Vikings are going to take the lead. Extra point by McCann, up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. McCann's got it teed up. Moore now on the return. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. Flushed out right. Oh, now he'll try and chuck it deep left side. He's got a man, complete. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number one. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Out of the gun, here's Murray. He'll go out to the flat for Edmonds. And he'll go down at the 28. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number one. Throwing again on 2nd down. Murray looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hopkins. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. Prater's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we hit halftime with our visitors, the Vikings, taking the lead to the locker room. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. Set to return it, here's Moore. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Murray. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds.
And Rondale Moore, second-round pick from Purdue, only 5'7", 181, may have prevented him from going in the first round. But what a cerebral player, a great competitor, and his run after the catch as impressive as anyone had in the draft. Nice catch there, picks up a first down.
It's a gain of 8, brings up 2nd and 2 at the 37-yard line.
To throw again on second down. Murray eluding the pressure right. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
2 first downs have him up to the 41 now for 1st and 10. Murray now. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. The defensive end, Danielle Hunter, drops him.
And when you think of the Vikings, you think of a team that brings a lot of pressure to the quarterback, but a surprise in 2020, only 23 sacks as a unit last year. So they're in need of bigger production from their pass rush in 2021. Remember, last year's numbers, they were in the bottom 5 in the NFL.
Looking for Ertz, but it's intercepted. Monte Nicholson picks it, and he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. So an opening drive interception to begin this second half.
And just think about the time you spent in the locker room going over what you expected to do in the second half. Not the way they saw it, not the way they drew it up. You find out this is something that you can't just edit, right? There's no rewrite here. This is live, and now they've got to find a way out of this hole.
Throwing left side, it's complete. Touchdown, Vikings. Justin Jefferson with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the interception by the Vikings D leads to a touchdown. Extra point by McCann, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. McCann's got it teed up. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Murray now to throw. On the right side, caught by Green. And some room to roam now. And just shedding him off there. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run.
Well, and this is where quarterbacks' passing numbers sometimes get a little bit more inflated than they should, because this is a short little pass, but it goes for big yardage.
Connor. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. Now Murray off play action. On the move to his left. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down. Murray on the sneak. So call that no gain on the sneak, and now they're still a yard short here on 4th.
Brandon, 3rd and goal from the 1, and they go quarterback sneak, and they expected a surge up front. The surge came from the defense.
Yeah, it looked like there was no surprise defensively. They were ready.
Yeah, totally stacked it up, unable to get it on 3rd down.
The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1. They're going for it. It's Murray. They'll roll him out right. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Zach Ertz, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cards' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. It appears they're going to throw for it with Murray escaping the pressure right. That's caught, and he'll get in for the 2 points, and that'll cut the deficit down to just a field goal. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This fielded right at the goal line. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Pretty important third-quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. Marcus Golden able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time. A lot of ground to cover. 2nd and 22. Another try after the first down sack. Mon, he's going to float this one deep right side. It's caught inside the 25. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. We saw this plenty last year in college. He loved to take his shots downfield, and that throw, that was a thing to behold there.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium, you could just sense the crowd thinking, oh, no. And their worst fears were realized as that one turned into a long touchdown.
McCann's got it teed up. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. Meanwhile, Murray's throw here complete into the hands of Ertz. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Flush to his right. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. We have played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. On play action, it's Murray. He's got Green. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 36. Here's Murray. Forced out to his left. And they force him to the sideline, corral him out of bounds here behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
So when the defense complains about having to do pursuit drills in the heat of training camp, plug in this play. Excellent pursuit. Force the quarterback out of the pocket. He ends up trying to run for it. Instead, he goes out of bounds and loses yardage. That goes down as a sack for the defense.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Murray. Oh, they've intercepted Murray for the 3rd time. Picked off at the 25.
With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys have been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
Mon to the air on 1st and 10. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Cardinals have got it, going the other way. The 30. 10. And they bring this one back. A scoop and score. Fumble recovery touchdown for Arizona. Now Prater to add the PAT. And the lead is down to a field goal now. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it, but you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Mon looks to throw. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Mon going to throw it. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you had. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll run for it. It's Nwangu. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Now back to throw. The open man is Westbrook. That catch good for only a couple.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
On 2nd down, here's Nwangu. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory.
Well, they didn't accomplish their goal. They didn't get a stop there, gave up another 1st down. They have all 3 timeouts in their pocket. I think defensively you've got to start thinking about using them here.
I was just going to ask you at what point you think now's the go time?
I think now's the go time. I don't think you sit back and wait because they can take a lot of time off the clock between plays.
The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. Chandler Jones, give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. They'll look to throw. Flush. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Chandler Jones picks up his second sack of the afternoon. Three points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They're facing a critical third down now as they try to hold on to this lead. Buying time to his left. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
And here now the punter, Martin, booming this one away. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is what do the coaches decide to do now?
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. To throw is Murray. Being chased out left. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Everson Griffin in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as it comes with 1:04 left to go in the game. Now that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot, 3rd and long. Murray to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And got his man complete. And he finally is out of bounds, but he's down inside the 20-yard line. A huge play there for Arizona.
Well, partner, that's how you make a long drive suddenly not so long anymore. One big play, and they're already in field goal range with designs on getting more than that.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Now Murray. Eluding the pressure right. They'll get this to his running back, Edmonds. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Back to throw. Murray rolling to his left. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the first, and stop the clock as well.
And you know in this situation, everything is sped up. The intensity, the thinking, everyone's movements. But for a quarterback, he has to continue to do what we call a flatliner. Level in everything he does and read the clock, feel it in the pocket, and go at the appropriate time.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. And they will get the timeout.
So 3 seconds remaining, and they can trot out the field goal unit and try to send this one to overtime. Murray, one final try, steps away. And this is going to be caught. It's caught, and they've won the football game.
So for those of little faith, guess what? It got done. They now have the lead with that touchdown this late in the contest. I wonder if that was a play they were holding or a play that they just knew would work from past experience.
I just saw it